we're just taping, just let you know.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so we would just like take as many takes as we want.
Beautiful.
Take your time, take your time.
Beautiful. Okay, I'm ready when you guys are.
Yeah, so, yeah, actually, can you just maybe just like introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm Ram Sidhu. I am one of the. Oh, yeah, right, sorry. Okay. So I'm Ram Sidhu. I'm one of the managers here at eBike BC, and I will help walk you through the different bikes that we have and just some of the bikes that will, some of the deciding factors for customers on which bike to choose for their ride.
Rare, can you just like tell us like about the e-bike? So how are they different from normal bike?
Yeah, so the e-bikes. So originally, when bikes started, they were never electrified. And now, we at eBike BC, we originally started as a conversion kit company, so it was converting regular bikes into e-bikes, and now we also sell those e-bikes. So that's with adding on a motor and a battery and a controller, and with that, it allows our customers and e-bike riders to pedal with some assistance. So you can, if you're looking for an e-bike, you can have one that will support you in your ride, so it'll assist you to go up hills or to do longer rides. The e-bikes also come with a throttle, and that throttle will help you just in case you're too tired to ride or maybe you're having some issues getting up a hill. So, the e-bikes are a great thing. They help riders get through on their commutes, or they need them if they need them to help them in little things like going grocery shopping. So
And
many uses for them.
yeah, sure. And how does it work in general?
Yeah, so the e-bikes are powered. They're powered by a battery. So we have a battery here. They, depends on where you would purchase the bikes from, but there's sometimes a battery that's in the seat. As you can see here, there's a battery in the seat post, and then there's also a option where you can have a battery on the rack. So generally, they're powered by a battery, and a motor will be the one that helps them assist. So the nice thing about e-bikes is you can use them as a regular bike, but you also have the power of the motor and the battery, which will assist you in your ride.
Oh, okay, I see. So, sorry. Like for some people, they want to shift from a normal bike to an e-bike. Is there anything they need to keep it in mind?
Yeah, I think the biggest things to think about is, what are you going to use the bike for? Is it going to be a casual ride for you? Is it going to be used for commuting? How many kilometers of range do you need in your battery? And then from there, you look at the different options that are there. So for us, just as an example, we have a folding bike. So some of our riders will be using it to commute and they want to bring it on the train. Some of them have apartments, so they want to be able to bring it and store it in their apartment. Whereas some of the other ones that we have don't fold, but they're a bit larger. They have larger tires, so maybe customers need them for trails, or they want to have their son or daughter on the back for rides. So you would have to figure out what you need the bike for, and then make choices based on those. So for us, we have customers who are using it for commuting. They're using it for pleasure use. They're using it if they have mobility issues. And for us, we have a bike that's a step through. So for people who might have hip or knee issues and they can't step over, we have a step through. We have a normal, mountain bike there, the D35, that it just rides like a normal mountain bike, but you do have that power of that motor to, either give you more speed or assistance. Some of our customers say, normally I used to ride for about 10 kilometers, and now with these I can do 40 or 50 kilometers sometimes in a day. So very dependent on our customer, but those are some of the questions I would say that the customer should ask from their local bike shop.
Can you introduce like some of the common type of e-bike? So in general, how many types of e-bike?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different brands out there for e-bikes, but generally they have a similar thing where they would have a motor, they would have a battery, and they'd have a controller. And they would have a level of pedal assist. So our bikes, I know for sure, is that we have 5 levels of pedal assist. So at level 1, it'll help you a little bit. All the way up to 5, you'll have a lot of help and for some of the riders, it'll be great for them when they're going up hills. And then we also have a throttle. A throttle will help with, if you don't want to ride, or if you're having maybe some knee issues, that'll help push you up a hill or get you to your destination.
So for the beginners, so which one should they go with?
I would say first figure out what is needed for your ride. Are you going to be using it for commute, or are you going to be using it for pleasure use? And then decide from there based on the range that the battery will provide for you. Overall, just a simple thing to look for is I would say come test ride the bikes. Make sure you feel comfortable and you feel safe, and that is usually the deciding factor for customers. A couple things to look for is the weight of the bike, where can you get the bike serviced, and is it an organization that's been around for a while. So bikes in general, they need repair and servicing, and with electric bikes, they'll need a little bit more. So my number one recommendation always is to customers is go to a brand or an e-bike that you can get support for, especially if you are not a bike professional.
Okay. And also should people to choose the e-bike based on probably based on their bodies?
Yes, so e-bikes come in all shapes and sizes, and I've seen from a tire size of a 14 and all the way up to a 27 and a half. So based on your size and your weight and your mobility, there's lots of different options out there. And again, if you're using it for purposes of commuting, you would need something that has a larger battery life or a longer range. If you are looking for something that is going to help you get to maybe the grocery store and back, or small pleasure rides, then look for something that is going to be a comfortable ride. If you have some mobility issues, look for something that's going to make it easy for you getting on and off the bike, or be a lighter bike for you. If you are looking for something that's going to be easy to store, there's lots of folding bikes out there. We have our Lynx 20 is a great option as a folding bike, and this also offers just as the same amount of power as some of the other bigger bikes. So.
Yeah. What about the battery size? So what battery size do we?
So battery sizes generally range from 36 volt to a 48 volt and up. What I would look for is, again, all batteries are not made the same. I'd look for one with a warranty, and one where, sorry, we're gonna have to do that one again. So for a battery, I would say look for, they range from a 36 volt all the way up to higher ones. And again, it's really dependent on your need of how long you need to be riding for. Some of the ones that have higher voltage might not always be the most efficient. So I think it's always good to look into who makes the battery, how long that battery's been around for, and is there a warranty that comes with the battery.
I also just noticed there's something for the conversion kits. Can you introduce it?
Yes, yeah. So we started off as a conversion kit company, and what the conversion kit does is it turns most bikes, and we can convert about 95% of bikes into electric bikes. So if customers have bikes that they love, we can convert those bikes as well for them, and that would be to fit them with the motor, a battery, a controller, and all the wiring. So it just turns a regular bike, which they can still use as a regular bike if they don't turn the power on for the electric assist. But if they do need it, it's there to support them.
But is there some kind of like limitation if people just want to turn their existing bike to an e-bike? Is there anything that we need
S-
to look out?
So I would just say is that, we have to look at for converting bikes into e-bikes, we would have to look at the frame and to see if the rim from with the motor attached to it can fit onto your bike. And in most cases, our conversion kits do fit on most bikes, and we have technicians here that would support that. So all we would do is generally the journey for a customer is they'd come in, they'd bring in our bike, or they'd send us a picture, and we would let them know, we'd ask the same questions of, how long do you need, what's your typical ride going to be like? What are you going to be using your bike for? And then we'll choose the right conversion kit for you. If you're looking for something that's going to give you a lot of power, then we would fit you with a larger power motor, which would be, let's say it's a 750 watt motor. If you're looking for a normal ride and something that's going to be a casual, we would do a 350 to a 500 watt motor. So, and it would be dependent on the weight of your bike as well, and the size of the rider to help you choose those things.
Just came up a question. So like, should we choose an e-bike based on the area relief? Like, so for example, in Vancouver, like for example, if I live in Vancouver, should I go with a particular type of e-bike? Or maybe if I live in a hill area,
Yes.
should I go with a different type?
Yeah, so I think the main things you would want to look for is if you're in an area where there's a lot of hills, you would want a motor and a battery that would be higher in range. So because if you're needing the assist of your pedal assist or your throttle, which is on our bikes, then you would want, and we would recommend a bike that has a larger range for your kilometers and more power to get you up those hills. So, all those factors play in. Some riders only need it for the city, so we would recommend maybe a tire like this that is meant for the city. If you do, some commuting, but you also want to use it for trails, we have other bikes that have a hybrid tire, so they're meant for both. So again, lots of options on those, and I think the biggest thing when choosing an e-bike would be to find out what you're going to be using the bike for, how many kilometers of range you need, and just know what your daily looks like so that we or someone else can help you in choosing the right one for you. And not only just choosing the right bike for you, I would say choose the right bike shop for you, one that's been around for a while, one that you can get service to, and one that